Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining. This is Scott with Less of Me Success Stories. We're glad that you joined us this evening. Please take a moment to like our show and share it on all your social media. I am your host, Scott King, and my co-host tonight, who will also be running the chat, is Robyn Dobbins. How you doing, Robyn?
I'm great, Scott. Good to see you. Here at Less of Me Success Stories, we know what it's like to be helpless and hopeless. Your story is not over. You can rewrite it at any time. We provide a platform to share stories of people and how they have reclaimed their lives using dietary intervention.
That's right. And we also want to add to this that none of us here are medical professionals. We're not offering you medical advice. So please consult your medical team before attempting any intervention. So here we go. We're going to start the show. And tonight is our guest, Ashely Penkal. And I might have said Penkal wrong. You perfect. You probably know her from Anti-NSNG or Pink's Kitchen, I believe it is, on her social medias. So I just wanted to start this by saying it's kind of funny how Ashely and I met. She's one of my first social media NSNG, no sugar, no grain world friend. And we just were messaging each other one time on the side. And she says, hey, I grow a garden and I make, I think, marinara or pizza sauce or some sort of sauce. Do you want me to send you some? And I said, sure. Why not? What would be weird about getting a stranger's sauce and eating it? So she sent me I think 3 jars of sauce, and it was amazing. And since then we've had a great social media friendship on the background here. So with that, good evening, Ashely. How are you doing?
Oh, Scott, I'm so well. Hello, Robyn. I do remember that. That was so fun, but I love to, share things that I do. And that's, why I'm on Instagram or whatever. And sometimes on X, but I'm so happy you guys asked me to come on.
Absolutely. So there's a lot to your background on here. You've improved your health, just like physically. You've lost some weight, but also not just that. You've really kind of got into the low carb kitchen foods, prep meals, recipes. There we go. I knew there's a word for it, and also just fitness and everything like that. So let's go back early and talk about where were you prior to making your change and what prompted that change?
Well, I've always been very active. I was a 3-sport gal in high school. I did a lot of things afterwards. And then, of course, you go through that, young life of drinking. Well, that's what I did. I was drinking and having fun and doing things like that. And then about, I don't know, I would say 8 years ago, I started to kind of just feel weight coming on. I've had 4 surgeries on my feet, 2 on each foot. And 2 of them happened in high school. And then I had to get some later on in my mid-20s. And the arthritis just was hurting really bad, and inflammation, things like that. So that's kind of when things started to go awry. And then as a woman, I was having my whole life, I've actually had pretty bad menstrual cycles. And we were trying to figure out really what was wrong with me. So I was going to doctor after doctor trying to figure this out. But in the meantime, my husband ended up getting sick, and he got this reactive arthritis. It's a form of reactive arthritis, and it's called Reiter syndrome. The doctor was very shocked to see it. He said he's never seen it, and it's very rare, apparently. So right away, I had to figure out something. And my mother-in-law gave me the book Wheat Belly. And so we started reading that. But then I remembered, because I'm an Adam Carolla fan, I remember this guy that would go on named Vinny. And I remember hearing him before my husband even got sick. And even though I was having these issues, it never dawned on me that my diet was a thing that could benefit me. So when my husband got sick, I decided to get that PDF, and I read through everything, and really just, I've always cooked from scratch, and I love it. So I just made those small changes. And then thank God for Anna, because her cookbooks really taught me how I can make the things that I love without missing anything. Because I've talked to people, oh, I could do that, but I just love bread. I just love this. I love that. And you're like, yeah, I get it. But now I wouldn't trade that for anything for the way that I feel. It's amazing that I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a piece of bread, which is nice. So I started going to the doctor for really tired, lethargic, and I was 34, 35 at the time. So not old by any means. I shouldn't have been feeling the way I was feeling. They were trying to get me on like antidepressants, which I wasn't ever diagnosed with that. They just wanted to see how would it go. And then we ended up coming to the conclusion that, well, because everything was so painful with my menstruation and the amount, and it was just awful. Oh, we did a hysterectomy, and I did that 5 years ago, and they don't tell.
How old were you, if you don't mind me asking, when you had to have that?
So I was 35, 36.
Okay.
And it was a long time coming to that conclusion, but they don't tell you, which is bizarre, that as soon as you wake up, you are in full-blown menopause. I woke up and immediate hot flash. Like, I just thinking about it, I just got chills because it was bizarre. And then I lost my mind. So hormones, they go crazy, and I just gained this weight, and I was so upset about it. And I was trying to work out. I was like running so much more. I didn't have my trainer that I have now, but I was like running and doing these home exercises. I was trying, like anything you see out there, beach body, whatever it is, taking these shakes, doing this, counting calories, just being really overwhelmed and upset about the whole thing, and feeling like, well, I guess I'm just going to turn into a frumpy 40-year-old eventually. So when my husband and I changed his diet and I started, to really focus on it, I started losing weight and feeling better. And it was amazing. And I just did, followed what the PDF said that Vinny provides. And it was pretty amazing. And I just was feeling better. And then I realized, like, there's a lot of things that we're putting in our body that we might not know that we're putting in our body, whether it's from the packaged foods we're already buying, even medicine or hair products or lotion. I mean, I stopped using deodorant. I haven't used deodorant in probably 3 years now. I don't wash my hair anymore. I use vinegar. I tried making my own makeup. It worked a little bit, but it's not what I really wanted. So I found a company that offers a clean version. And, just starting the whole no sugar, no grain opened my eyes to all the things that you don't know you're doing. You're intentionally making yourself sick. My feet haven't hurt in forever. I can wear high heels again. Not long, but I can wear them and it's fun. I'm 4'10.5", so I like a good high heel.
Right. So I'm gonna butt in really quick. So originally you did it for your husband, or you started getting it. Okay. And
Yeah.
and what kind of benefits did he reap, or is he still doing it, or not as much?
Well, he doesn't really have a choice because I cook all the meals.
Okay.
I cook him breakfast every day, and I make his lunch and dinner. Lunch is a little loosey-goosey for him. He likes his sandwich, so I make him his sandwich now. But we've worked through the worst part of the beginning of that, and so we're on it's a different side of, the arthritis. So we're able to manage it, that way. He's on some certain medications, and he'll have good days and bad days, but mostly all good. And it's really all due to diet. It's really amazing. And my mother-in-law, she went no sugar, no grain without knowing who Vinny was. She just was reading all these books and figured it out. And she was trying to get us to do it before Vinny.
Okay.
And I bought her all of Anna's cookbooks and stuff. And then she was here last year for bowling. My father-in-law is a bowler and they do nationals, and my husband bowls. And she was like, everything's great with my nutrition and my diet, but every day after I eat my flaxseed pancakes, I get a really bad stomach ache. And I said, Mary Jo, you've always given me advice, and let me give you some advice. Try not eating the flaxseed. And she stopped and she was like, Ashely, she wrote me this beautiful letter and sent it old school in the mail, handwritten. And, even her, who's been, doing this for years. I mean, her wedding dress from when she got married when she was like 20 is big on her now. And she walks her dogs. She has pointers. They do a lot of bird hunting, and she walks miles and miles a day. So, I don't think people are realizing what we're unintentionally putting in our body when you're not reading the labels or not caring or just trusting if, the package says, 10 grams of protein, healthy, whatever,
Right. And I think all of us in this community have noticed too that the biggest red flag for us is when we see keto certified. We know that we need to be careful on that. So you going back to the hysterectomy, you have the hysterectomy, you wake up basically a different person, feeling horrible. You start eating no sugar, no grains, and to improve just how you feel and you're feeling better. What are you noticing beyond just feeling better? Like I know you lost weight and everything like that. So what else? What all did you tell me some of the benefits you saw?
Well, first of all, my doctor was so impressed because I healed. I was one of his only patients that followed his rules, but because I was eating no sugar, no grain, I healed so well. I didn't have one single issue. It was amazing. All of my foot pain went away. But with my hysterectomy, I noticed too that because it was before I did not know that I should go on some kind of hormone replacement. So I went a year and a half with nothing. And so I was just every emotion every day from minute to minute. It was bad, but I could keep my hot flashes in check with the way I ate. So let's say if I had a glass of wine, I'm not even kidding, Scott, when I would take a sip of red wine, immediate hot flash. If I don't really eat sugar, so I'm trying to think, like, I remember I had some pineapple, immediate hot flash. So it was very bizarre. And I know not everybody is the same, but this is how I was reacting to it. So I went so strict with my no sugar, no grain. And, and then I have things like, I don't know, like that oopsie cake that's made out of just eggs and heavy cream with some vanilla, and it tastes sweet. And it's amazing how your taste buds change as well. But really overall, I can tell in my mood, no sugar, no grain really it benefited me from recovering quickly. I was on schedule, but like quickly, no issues, and kind of figuring out my hormones. But now once I have my hormone replacements now, I feel the best I've ever felt. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it sounds like you're super sensitive on your intake of that, which I know a lot of people are, but that's just crazy how you're instantly seeing these reactions from food, which just tells you so much. Like, we're not meant to be consuming some of this stuff, and our body reacts and kind of gives us a red flag right away that we got some problems here. So you're feeling better. You're noticing the hot flashes are going away and everything like that. And then so I know you're in the cooking as well, but I know you really started getting into working out and everything. So how you said you were always active? Was there a point where you kind of went really into it, or was that just how you always have been? Or
well, I wasn't always into it. Like I always wanted to, I don't know. I always wanted to make sure that I could fit in my clothes, and I didn't want to buy new clothes. And I found myself buying new clothes, or you go down that rabbit hole of, oh, I'm wearing yoga pants every day and a baggy sweater every day. Like, and then I don't want to go out. I don't want to do this. I only want to take a picture, from here, and seeing those things. And I thought I was being active, but I was also sabotaging myself because I was doing the shakes, or those, the fad diets. You guys know, you get sucked into it. And then I got into, okay, I'll only eat this much calories, and I was starving myself and then overworking out. And the older I get and the hormones change for women, it's bananas. Our bodies are so different from woman to woman, but on top of it, they are similar because we just need to make sure we control what we're putting in there to give us our best. So I have a story. I remember after my hysterectomy, and I was completely clear to start working out. I found a trainer and I Zoom with her 3 times a week, and we do kettlebells and weightlifting, and it is so awesome. I love it. And it's the best support system too, because it's my stepson's mother.
Oh,
So
wow.
guess who's always coming to class? I am, because I don't want to be like, Ashley's a flake. I'm like, I'm not a flake, but we get along really well. I mean, I think that's the only way to raise a child together. He lived with us part-time and then in Montana, but just adding the weightlifting so for 2 years, I did no sugar, no grain, no working out. And I lost 40 pounds. And then I started lifting weights because when I first was on Vinny's podcast, we talked about that. And I was like, yeah, I do want to start gaining muscle. I'm getting older. I want to be able to live comfortably and safely when I'm old. I watched my grandmother go down a terrible path 2 years ago where she was stuck and in bed, and stuff like that. So it's really, the story was, after my hysterectomy and I cleared up and everything, I remember I think it was like cake or a sandwich or something, but like I ate a full portion of bread. I started to get those same cramps that I had that we thought were from my uterus and my ovaries, even though I did have big cysts and stuff like that. I started to cry. I was like, no way. And guess what? The doctor never asked me, what are you eating? I finally quit my doctor because they try to push all these things down your throat. And I've talked about it on my Instagram before, and it's just devastating. No one says, what are you eating? I mean, when I went in there the last time, she says, you're 40. You need to make sure you're getting those carbs. Shut up. So it was really devastating that no one was asking, what are you eating for your diet, So the benefits are so crazy, ridiculous. Like for years, this is what everyone wants to feel like. I mean, after I started working out, I've gained 8.5 pounds now, but it's muscle and I'm strong and I still fit in my jeans and all of that. So I've learned to not look at the scale. I weigh myself maybe once a year. If my pants fit, I'm doing a great job. I'm not buying anything new. So I'm very happy that I found this way it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, and I wouldn't change it.
Absolutely. So much there to unpack that I wanted to get into. So, excuse me. So with, and I want to also reiterate too, Ashely, and please don't take this wrong, Ashely is not a large person. Ashely is a little person. So this weight loss is, like, percentage wise, is quite, how many pounds did you say?
40.
40. And although we're not focusing so much on the weight, you're saying now, that is an astronomical amount for somebody of such small stature. And then also putting muscle back on is huge. And it's crazy. So, I mean, that's a significant thing right there. So, and I want you to kind of give us like your daily regimen, because I know in the morning we're cooking and we're working out also. And it's as consistent as the sun's going to rise that you're doing that. So just give us kind of like a summary of what your day looks like.
Okay. I wake up at 3:15 every morning. I make breakfast and lunch, and that's for my husband. And then at about 4:30, I start warming up. to jump on my Zoom around 4:45, 4:50, and I work out. And at 6 o'clock, I get ready for work. I go to work, and then usually I eat like 4 to 5 eggs for breakfast at work. So I have this long fast. So I'm eating around 11 o'clock. And if I don't have my eggs, then I will run to In-N-Out and get some meat patties. And I'll eat 4 of those. And that holds me over till dinner, which is around 5:30, 6 o'clock is usually when I'm eating. But I was smart today and I put a tri-tip in the crock pot, which makes the best meat. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And I can smell that now. And then I'm in bed by 7 or so. And I always try to hop on the treadmill. I have one of those walking pads. I'm very active on the weekends now. And my trainer gives me homework. So I do homework. And that's basically my Monday through Friday. And then I get to sleep in till about 6 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday.
There's a couple key things you said there that made me think. Keep in mind, small stature. You start your day off with, I think you said 4 to 5 eggs, and then you follow it up a little bit later with about 4 meat patties. That is not deprivation. That's just proper fueling. So I mean, it goes against so much of how we were taught. Like right there, anybody, like I do that at work, and people are like, "Ooh, be careful, be careful." Your cholesterol, your blood pressure, blah 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 blah. But I mean, you are another example of living proof where this you is proper fueling, and that's exactly what you're doing. And I just love it because it flies in the face of all the naysayers and what everyone tells us we should not do. So it's so awesome.
It's really the best. People at work, I work construction. I'm in the office, but sometimes I'm on site, and I've gotten some of the guys there to do it. They love it. This one guy, Ronnie, he did no sugar, no grain. And he right away was like, dude, this is the best thing I've ever done. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, I'm eating steak every day. and my blood work. I mean, I always get my blood work done now. It's the best. And we're starting this health initiative at work. And of course, I wanted to be on part of it. So we have like this video that you have to make. And so I made this video. And so they're going to be rolling that out a little bit later. So it's very exciting, though, to be able to also share with people like you're gonna be okay. I promise. We've been brainwashed for so long. It's just like, trust the process. You got to give it a shot, and and some days I'll eat, I don't know, a cup of Greek yogurt, and because I'm just not hungry, because I'm satiated, I'm filled. I don't know. It's a very bizarre. It's still 5 years into this. It's still like, maybe I should be like, I'm not hungry really now, but I'm going to eat before I go to bed. It smells great. I'm going to have a little bit, not a lot, but, and then I have lunch for tomorrow. So I don't know. It's hard to explain to people, no matter how much you can do it. They don't believe you, but guess what? If you say, hey, I have this pill or I have this magic shake, they'll buy it and do it all freaking day. How about
So
just
true.
go to the store and buy groceries?
Man, you nailed it right there. That is absolutely true. And I've said it's almost like people feel like there's a secret trick to all this and behind all this, and that you just need that, and like you have to jump through hurdles to make this happen. And I would say, and I imagine you both would probably agree, that was probably the biggest hurdle in the beginning for me, is getting my mind correct, because I just kept wanting to go back. I'm like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I know I'm hungry, but I should feel that way. I should be deprived, and it's just so stinking wrong. I mean, it's even to this day, I know what's correct, and it'll be like you said. I'll be satiated. I'll go finish a workout, and I'll be like, well, I'm not hungry, but I guess I probably should eat a little bit of something, because I just probably should, because I just worked out. And guess what? Things happen, things work, and it works right. It's wild. You did. I wanted to talk about, because you mentioned that you were on a fast. Do you practice fasting, or do you just kind of coincidentally have been fasted?
Coincidentally. So normally I think it's always, I've never been a breakfast person ever, like early morning breakfast person. That's why 11 o'clock, 10:30 seems about right. And that's when I get hungry or bored at sitting at my desk. So I'm usually, yeah, about a 16. If I'm feeling, sometimes if I'm feeling, I don't know, like a weird bleh feeling, I'll do a 24-hour fast. I don't really, it's not my jam.
Mhm.
I see why other people do it. It can help. And I just have fallen into this, 18-hour fasting. I mean, and I don't think that's actually too crazy because I think half of it I'm sleeping.
Right, right. I'm with you there. Naturally, not a morning breakfast person type thing. So I was trying to dabble with fasting a while back, and it just didn't really work with me. It kind of screws some things up from what I've experienced. But just how my daily schedule works out, I'm naturally intermittent fasting. Um, you know,
But I think
so
everyone kind of should. I don't think,
right,
and
yeah.
I work out on fat. The only thing I have is the honey press coffee. I have like a cup and a half of that before my workout.
I want to interrupt really quick with that because I know there's probably someone who's going to hear that and be like, "Honey, see that's sugar." No, no, that's the that's the coffee club one, right? That's the honey process one.
Yes. Hold on.
Oh, she disappeared.
Hold on.
I know which one she's talking about. It's there you go. That's it right there. Yes, that is, and whenever I have it, I pay for it. I've never been given that, and that is, so I have no agenda with it. That is hands down the best coffee I've ever had. Uh, you could crank the volume up so hard on that thing, and it would still be the smoothest cup of coffee you've ever had in your entire life.
I have that one, and then I really like the athletic blend. So both of those bags come every 2 weeks.
Nice. And no, that's not a commercial at all.
No.
It's coincidental commercial.
You're welcome, Benny.
Yes. So are you now, have you modified your way of eating at all, or are you purely NSNG, more carnivore? I know
So
some
I
of us
went carnivore. I went carnivore kind of for a while just to see. Now I'm like in the life of, I'm really trying to only eat vegetables I grow. So all my tomato sauces, that's good. I will eat broccoli. I will eat some potatoes in the fall, but they're my potatoes. And it's not a whole lot, but when I eat potatoes, it opens a bad door. And that's where I have to go, hey, if you eat this potato, don't be a psycho tomorrow, because it gives you that craving of, oh my gosh, I want more of that sugar.
And there's also so much literature that talks about local grown seasonal vegetables and even fruits that they're like almost a whole different thing, really.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, literally right now where I'm sitting, I have 50 tomato plants. So, because I can, and I have my 50 pepper plants right here. And then we have I'll eat cherries because I have a cherry tree. I have a pear because I have a pear tree. Strawberries. Yeah, and it's nice. And the weather is going to be good this weekend. So I'm going to plant some lettuce. And yeah, every now and then I'll have cauliflower. I just don't know what people are putting on it at the store. And, now I've gotten into the habit of just really controlling what I consume. I'm not going to blame anybody but myself if I lose track of what I know right away. If I have something, like if I go to a restaurant and I ask them, do you use oil when you cook this? Could you please use butter? Sometimes it's a pain in the butt at certain restaurants I know. And if I'm on a road trip and I go to a restaurant and get a steak and something's hurting, or, I'm like, ugh, they used something. They used a sunflower oil, or they used a crappy olive oil. And you can tell because your body just gets into tune so quickly when you get rid of all the junk. I never really thought that I could tell exactly how I was feeling until I started No Sugar, No Grain.
Absolutely. Hey, Robyn, I'm going to ask you really quick if you might have a question, personally or on a thing, because I got an angry cat that was trapped in my room yelling at me right now that I need to let go.
Well, okay, let's take care of the cat. We do not have any questions right now coming in through the chat. So just so y'all know, we are at our halfway point. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write them down and I will ask them. Also, while I say we don't have any questions, Ashely, Kurt was on for a hot second. He's driving from the gym. Oh, gracious. He's home now. He was driving from the gym listening to you. And his question is, if you tease your hair, can you hit 5'1"? That's Kurt for you.
Ooh, maybe. Maybe.
It's a lot of teasing. You got to get a lot of Aquanet for that one.
Bring the 80s back. But then I realized when No Sugar, No Grain, I realized how curly my hair is. My hair is getting longer. I mean, all around, it's not bad at all. I can't think of one bad thing. Oh, the one bad thing about No Sugar, No Grain is when you start, people are going to just not understand and be like, well, just have this or have that. You go to a family gathering and you're like, no, thank you. It is bizarre how people want you to eat things. I can't wrap my head around it. And I know you guys have experienced too. Like, just have some. Grandma made her special ambrosia salad. Gross. I don't want your ambrosia salad. My dad makes this like mandarin orange Cool Whip. I don't even know. It's just crazy. And I'm like, what? And cottage cheese. I'm like, why are you ruining cottage cheese? What are you doing? So it's just, that's the only thing that I had to really, and I remember when I used to have Facebook, in the Facebook group, people were like, oh my gosh, I went to a barbecue and everyone, was just bugging me, like, eat this, just have one, enjoy yourself. Would you say that to an alcoholic? Hey, just have a beer, enjoy yourself. Or a meth addict? Hey, one more, enjoy yourself. You're fine. That's what I think about. And then I found myself getting very upset with my family. And I'm like, well, I'm just not going to go. Just not going to go if you guys are going to do that. Which then they're like, why aren't you coming? I'm like, don't tell me to eat this. I don't want to. Stop. And now everyone knows. So I'll bring my own side dish, eat that, or eat before I go. I did a funny reel on Instagram. It was a No Sugar, No Grain one, that like little trend, like, of course I'm no sugar, no grain. I ... And one of them was, I eat before I come to your party.
I saw that and I loved that because that's one of those tips that those of us who've been doing it a long time, we will preach over and over again, and people don't understand it until they come back after the party and they say, I went to the party and I didn't eat beforehand. I didn't bring something for myself and I had the thing and now I feel awful. And it's like, well, we've been telling you, eat ahead of time. Nobody knows that you eat ahead of time, and then you can have one nibble of something and be done with it, and that's all that matters. I do want to take a quick second because we've said his name 1,000 times. We just want to make sure that we give credit where credit is due, and that No Sugars, No Grains NSNG is a registered trademark of Vinnie Tortorich. That's his thing. We just all happen to know each other through the community. He knows us, we know him, and we really believe in that lifestyle. I just wanted to make sure we gave him his credit. Also, Pure Coffee Club is one of Vinnie's companies, which I think Scott did say, but I just wanted to make sure we touched on that. We love his coffee here, and in fact, we recently ran out. So for 2 days, we didn't have it, and our replacement coffee was disgusting. And it just shipped today. It arrived at the door, and we're very excited to have actual flavorful coffee back. And again, that's just because we all love the stuff. He does quality stuff, and we believe in it. I do have a question that has come in, and it's Matt, and he said, what does your workout look like?
Well, I do. So right now we are in this like endurance. So my trainer Maggie, she is a certified kettlebell. So I do a lot of kettlebells. We're doing some front squats right now. It's just a lot of heavy. That's why I hire a trainer. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know the names of the exercise.
I completely get it. It's like I'm looking at these weights and I know there's things that I can do with them, but I'm not exactly sure what those things are. So I need someone constantly telling me what the things are. So I get it.
And I mean, I'll even go as far as like today, I was like, Maggie, I don't know why, but this hurts. And she's like, your quad. I'm like, okay, you're the boss. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot about certain things. That is not one of them. So I do what she tells me. So it's just a lot of lifting weights. I have right back here, I have my gym, which we're eventually going to move into the office and make that an actual room now. But I use it every day. I can do pull-ups now. So I do a lot of pull-up training. I'm still not at 10, Scott, but when I get there, I'm going to send you that video.
And I'm still not at 1. So, but you know what? I looked into this on Google, and gravity is a lot more pronounced in Texas. Proven fact. Don't Google
Actually,
it.
yeah, I agree. That is very true because I can't do one either. So clearly, it's gravity's problem, not mine.
And it reflects on my scale too. So it's just a nuisance, period.
Yeah, so that's really what I do for my workout. I'm trying my hardest because women over a certain age or in menopause or having a hard time. I've just been doing a lot of research on this stuff. Walking. I'm trying to get those steps in because I sit at work. Yeah, I'm up and, I walk, I don't know, to do stuff, but it's not intentional walking. So I have a weighted vest. I've been trying to just hit 10,000 steps a day. And sometimes I don't. And then do you guys still find yourself, you're doing so good. We found this lifestyle. We're really, I think, killing it. But then you'll have days and you'll just that downward spiral of like, ugh, I didn't do great today. This is awful. Like I'm just going backwards. And you have to like all those years of living that way, just being sad about it. And then you have to like kick yourself out of that. Tomorrow's a new day. I can, make a better choice, get up from my desk I feel so bad at work and they don't care. They do not care. It's the best place to work. If I got up and said, hey, I'm going to take an hour walk, or every hour I took a 10-minute walk, they wouldn't care. But I feel so bad that I don't do it. So maybe if someone from work's watching this, I'm going to take a 10-minute walk every hour. But it makes you feel guilty. And, even like at home, you're like, oh, I can't do this because I have to do something. And then you just feel guilty because you're not sticking to what you said you do for yourself. And you can't take care of the people you love if you're not taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
I agree wholeheartedly. And I want to say that Matt, who was the guest 2 weeks ago, which was actually episode 9, and this is episode 8 because YouTube switched, he says motivation wanes. And if you go back and listen to his episode, he talks about how that happened for him, where, just using the term stay motivated wasn't working for him. He needed to be a little harder on himself. And I think that's a very real thing. You asked us if we have those days, and yeah, I'm nearly 7 years in, and it's a big fear of mine. And I've actually been talking about it quite frequently. It's a fear of mine that if I stop, I'm going to just go down this hole and I'm never going to pick it up again. And, getting an injury as I'm in right now has really been a wake up call. Like I've really had to reframe how I think about it. Like I can do things like, yeah, I have an injury in my arm, but the rest of my body can do things. And then the injury got worse and I really have to wait. I have to not do things, but that desire is there. Like in the past, when I've been depressed, I've lost that desire, and it's taken every single bit of effort to force myself through the motions. So now I can think about it and be like, okay, I just have to take a break because my body's telling me I have to take a break, but I still want to do the things. And I don't need to be worried until I stop wanting to do the things. And I just don't think that's going to happen. But it's important to know that people who have been doing this a long time still have those feelings and still have to work through those feelings. I think people look at you, Ashley, and they probably say, oh, look, she's got it all together. She's been doing this a long time. It's not hard. She just, chugging along. But, I feel like every single day you probably have to wake up and make this decision to keep going the way you're going.
Every day. And that's why in my Instagram, that's the only reason I started it, really was to share different ways of eating better. But at every hashtag I put make good choices and mouth around. First of all, mouth around sounds dirty, so it's funny. And it's what are you putting your mouth around that's making you make that good choice? Like, these are the two hashtags I use because those truly mean so much to me. Like, make a good choice. And you've heard it before over and over again, but you're the only one that can make that choice. At a party, like I was talking about, someone saying, live a little, have some fun. Yeah, I am. Bug off.
That is the absolute truth. As a matter of fact, today, somebody made homemade peach cobbler and brought it to work. And that's my jam. That is sent down from heaven for me. And that's what I kept hearing all day. Come on, it doesn't hurt to try a little bit. It doesn't hurt to do this, to do that. Well, you know what? I know me. And yeah, it does hurt because I don't know limitations when it comes to that. Kind of like how you were talking about the alcoholic thing. You don't offer them a sip of alcohol because I said before, when I started gaining all my weight back, I swear all I did was just try a piece of cake. That's all I did. And it was 300 pounds gained later. I'm trying to figure out what the heck just happened, So yeah, it's just, it's knowing yourself, it's knowing your triggers, and just being truthful. Yeah, I'm fine with living a little bit. You got to be realistic with yourself and know yourself and be truthful. It'll bite you in the rear end. Like I gained over like last year, over the year, I gained like 45 pounds because a little bit of living, LIL, little, what I'm talking about. That's like tongue twister.
Life in
or like, yes, thank you. And, I'd make the kids something to eat. Oh, I just sample a little bit, Well, you sample a little bit of every meal every day. Guess what? You're kind of screwing yourself. So it's all about being truthful and honest with yourself. And by the way, as of a couple of weeks ago, all that weight is gone. And yeah, I'm not trying to make it about myself. So I just want to say the white knuckling thing, you don't have to do it. It's really simple. Stay true to it, stay the course, keep it simple, and things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so funny. It is so easy. I find it easier to lie to myself than to lie to other people. Like, for some reason, you're like, it's not that big of a deal. No one knows. If no one saw it, and that's another reason Instagram was helping me. If I'm posting these things, then it's keeping me accountable. I don't know, to strangers, I guess, but I get some really great messages about some certain things, and I really enjoy that. It's nice to introduce people to no sugar, no grain, and just that simple way. And I always am like, you got to go to Vinny's website. You got to read his book. I love his book, and get that PDF and then write to Anna, because it just helps you rethink. And that's really all I needed, was a rethink. And I love cooking and I love food. I was on the Wayne Brady show in 2004, I believe, or 5, for cooking. I met Dom DeLuise. I was on national television. What? I love cooking.
I never knew that. Man,
yeah.
You're really slumming it coming on our show then. You're famous.
No, never. Never. But it's just, I just am so, even if people make a few changes, like I was an all-in type of gal. And some people are like, okay, I'll just cut out the sugar first, but I'm going to keep having that sandwich. And they're like, I'm not seeing anything happen. It's like, well, because you are kind of self-sabotaging. I'm also an instant gratification person. And I think a lot of people, especially nowadays with the social media, Amazon, everything, you can get everything so fast. It does take time, but really, if you do it for a month, it'll blow your mind. Just cutting out ultra processed food. It's amazing. And then it's amazing when you read ingredients, how much nonsense is in there that you shouldn't even be eating in the first place. So
I think the deeper you get into this, we get into this, the more we get pissed off about what's in our food. Because, man, our food, most of that stuff in the grocery store should not even be considered food. It is a science project or a chemistry project. And guess what? When you consume it and you have all these side effects, it's not a shock. It makes perfect sense why we're having reactions to consuming things that the human body has never had any intentions of digesting or trying to digest.
Right. Well, and then I'll see things like, I saw something about like dogs shouldn't have, and it was like some kind of seed oil. Oh, well, neither should people, but yet it's in everything. And I'm like, I love that we love our dogs. I love my dog too. I mean, I home make their food now because I don't trust what other people are putting in my dog's food. So I make their food. But yeah, it's sometimes just so sad when you think about it. And then people that just, well, those food companies, why would they do that to you? Why would they sell that? That makes it wouldn't be allowed,
Right. Yeah. They've a little too much trust in who's overseeing everything.
No thanks, Tom Hanks.
I wanted to mention something going back because we mentioned Anna a few times. So that's Anna Vicino, who's co-host on the Fitness Confidential podcast with Vinny. And we've also talked about the PDF, which you could find that PDF, which I believe is now called an ebook, if I'm not mistaken, on his website. So you can download it. And that's where all of us started and found success with NSNG and started this lifestyle. So I want to kind of hit back on that. Like, it really is that simple. People that are just starting it, I know they have a whole lot of questions, and their questions are always seeming to be stemming from the fact that it sounds like garbage. It sounds like bullcrap because there's no way this is that simple. I mean, I've given it to people at work and they're like, okay, well, what about this? What about this? Is it on this for approved? Is it on this for don't eat? That's all it is. Are you hungry? I mean, and it is truly that simple. And you're proving this,
Yeah, it is. And some people, it's so funny. So we all figure out what's potatoes put me down a deep hole, but sometimes I want a little bit of honey on my yogurt and I'll put it on there. And for some reason, it doesn't trigger me at all, but it curbs that sweet tooth. I found this, I have to get more of it, but last September I was in Nebraska and I got some fine Amish honey. It was so awesome. And it was for a huge mason jar. It was only like $9. It was the best.
Oh, yeah.
I know. So, I mean, and everyone really needs to find, what works for them. I'm not a big chicken fan. A lot of people like chicken. A lot of people don't like beef. There's a good source of protein out there for everyone. So it's not, I had somebody tell me once, they're like, well, I don't want to eat all of those things. I'm like, you don't have to eat all of those things. These are the things that are, in the list. Because I think some people think like, oh, it's on the do not eat list. I can't eat any of it. So then I have this list. Yeah, that's all you could have, but there's so much variety in there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm just all in on all of it. On Anna, Vinny, they changed my life. Yeah, I'm the one that followed through with it, but you can too. Anyone can.
I get so much like, okay, so you just eat like a steak and bacon and eggs all day? Like, no, there's freaking more things, and that is not the only source of food that I consume. Trust me.
Right.
So I did have Am I interrupting you, Robyn? Do you have any questions?
Well, first of all, I was gonna say I do only eat beef and eggs all the time, and guess what? It's totally fine. That's what I want, and that's what I eat. So whenever I eat a pork chop or some chicken, I'm always feeling hungry. So I'm like, I need to just stick with the beef. It's working for me. But not everybody has to be so into it like that. That's fine. There's a range, and that's fine. But I did have I had actually two questions, and they're kind of opposite ends of the spectrum. So I'm going to kind of say them both, and you can address it in whichever order you would like. But when we had initially asked you to come on and talk to us, you really wanted to talk about these menopause symptoms, which you touched on. And I just wanted to, there's just so many of us out there that are going through it or have just been through it or worried about going through it and all that stuff. Anything you can kind of give us. I think everybody's just like receiving all this information from all kinds of places. I just read Dr. Elizabeth Bright's book. The name of it I can't remember right now, and she's like, men are telling us that we have to. And I love the book actually, but like it just leaves me more and more confused. So I would like you to touch on your thoughts there. And then the one that's the opposite side of the spectrum is to please tell us more about what you're doing on your Instagram account, because we've talked about it. We've said you have it, you are there, but I don't know if anybody understands quite the content you're putting out there, because it's excellent content and I want everybody to follow you. So what is yours?
So with the menopause, I realized you don't have to listen to your doctor. Get a second opinion, be your own advocate, do your research. Just like food, it's not the same protocol. When I needed to get on estrogen, they told me I needed to be on what is the name of it? Now I can't think of it. It's an antidepressant. And I was like, but I've never been diagnosed depressed. They're like, yeah, but in menopause it might help. And I'm like, I don't want that. Lexapro. Lexapro.
Lexapro or Prozac are usually the two that they.
Well, and then they said, okay, or you could do Prozac. I'm like, yeah. I don't take medicine anymore, really. So no, thanks. I mean, I also had a breast reduction because I had big old fakers, and they were also making me sick. So I got those taken out. So I'm just all natural now, people. I'm just that weird hippie lady down the street that doesn't wash her hair or wear deodorant, but I don't stink because I don't have seed oils and garbage in me. So really be your own advocate. If they tell you you're depressed, you might be, but you need to figure that out. You have to. I knew I wasn't depressed. I knew something else was wrong. So then I did that, and then I got on to another hormone replacement. So I have two that I'm taking, and it's the best. I love it. And I had to find a different doctor, and it's an online, it's called Winona, and it's great. They have doctors all over the country, and they really listen to you and they really advocate for you. So I'm really enjoying this service, and the doctors get back to you right away. So I don't know. I really enjoy that. So that's kind of, and everyone's menopause is so different. So it's nuts. Like people say, I get, I don't know. I don't know how TMI people want, but like, some people get a little deserty. I don't, Robyn knows what I mean.
I'll just play dumb.
So some people just, So, I mean, that's the thing. Everyone is so different, but at the core, we are very much similar. And I just think it's, the nutrition really helped me figure that out. And then as far as my Instagram goes, I try to post reels 3 to 5 a week, and it's just what I'm eating. And it's normally that day what I'm eating, and it's recipes. If I cook a recipe of Anna's, I'll tag her, and I will only put recipes out that she already has open and free to the public, because I am not taking her thunder. But she really taught me how to relearn how to cook things, because I love to cook. So I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm never going to have gravy ever again. Great. Well, I figured out how to do that. So then I test things and I've really figured it out. So, I mean, if you want some cool recipes, easy recipes, extra ideas, maybe if you're like, oh, I'm in a rut, I don't know what to cook, check out my Instagram. I've been doing it now for a few years. I'm almost at 6,500 followers, which is amazing. It grew a little, Scott.
No kidding. That's awesome.
I did a lunch meat reel just 3 weeks ago and it hit over 1 million views. And I've been finding a lot of people lately. So it's very exciting and it's very scary and nervous because I'm getting bombarded with a lot of, I've never had like vegans actually come for me. So that's been fun. Use the block button a little bit. I was called the devil in my DMs because I'm promoting eating meat. So we just block those people. So, but that's my Instagram. And then my stories, I do garden stuff. I like to watercolor. My stories are just more, I don't know, nothing to do. I try to really make the meat of my feed food. So all of it's food, and I'll have treats in there, life into living. But I'll use honey, or sometimes I don't use honey. And then, you know, people will ask me questions. Like I got a lot of DMs about a whoopsie cake I made. They're like, could we add stevia? I'm like, oh, why would you do that? So it's just a lot of fun. And I try to answer every single person that asks me a question. And if you have things that you don't know how to cook, like someone a few years ago missed biscuits and gravy, and I figured out how to do that. And it's great. I made it for my husband and didn't tell him. He's like, this is the best biscuits and gravy ever. And I'm like, they're not biscuits. They're biscuits, but they're not.
Well, this segues perfectly into it. You're talking about your social medias. How and where can they find you? What do they call that thing? Like your address or whatever it is?
A handle.
Handle.
So if you would like to check out my Instagram, it's Auntie and SNG. And really, I'm not really on X that much. I just check it daily for I like to see what the No Sugar, No Grain community is doing and who Matt's harassing that day. I love it. And it makes me laugh, but X scares me. So I'm just an Instagram gal.
Robyn, before I ask our last question, do you have a question or any other questions that need to be asked?
No, we are good to go.
All right. So we always ask the last question is if you have any word of advice or anything that helped you in your process in your journey, what is it? And kind of like just like a helpful hints type thing.
Helpful hints. If you want to go on this journey and change your lifestyle and you're finding your way through it, trust yourself. Don't let all of, like we were talking before about family, we're adults. We don't have to put up with peer pressure. Do you know what's good for you. So like on my Instagram, for example, if I post a carrot cake that I made and I put honey in it, that's sugar. Your thing is no sugar, no grain. Yeah, I know it's a treat, people. Calm down. Not everything needs to be that serious either. You can have treats here or there, but you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be an advocate for yourself, and you need to trust yourself. Like I said a little while ago, you can't take care of anybody you love if you're not taking care of yourself. And those 3 things are really what I would say.
That's awesome. Well, Ashely, we do appreciate you being on here with us. You giving lots of information. Again, folks, go follow her on her Instagram, especially. She does have some outstanding content. For about 5 minutes, her and I were always racing back and forth with followers, and she has absolutely destroyed me now. And the Wayne Brady fame must have got to everyone's attention and left me behind. But we appreciate you being on here. You're always helpful. You're so kind. And on behalf of Robyn and we appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. I am so happy to finally meet you guys, with your faces.
We enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much.